We are with students of CSC AIML Batch 2, and today we have gathered here for the group discussion over the topic Role of Gig Economy in India's Future. This is the episode 9 of group discussion series, and here are my teammates for the discussion, and their names are as follows.
Myself Asta.
Myself Kushi. Myself Shreya.
I'm Muskan.
Myself Ashwini.
I'm Hitanshu.
So topic of the day is gig economy. I think it can be termed as the short-term labor market, which is mainly on the digital platforms or social networks, but mainly, not entirely. Some of it is offline based also. If I talk about offline, examples can be Fiverr, Upwork, which are freelancing platforms. And there are many other platforms for different gig sectors. And for offline, some of examples which I can recall are babysitters, maids which work in our homes, and delivery partners. These are offline examples of gig economy, I guess.
I would like to add something to this. The term gig means a job for a specific period of time. In gig economy, the company tends towards hiring more independent contractors and employers instead of full-time job employees.
Do you know from where the word gig is originated? It is originated from music industry where artists work outside their studios to earn side business, yeah, money, you can say. For example, when artists wants to make music not for their company but for others, they can make and other sectors which use gig economies are freelancers, voice artists, UI UX designers, etc.
Now I want to elaborate the example that is freelancing, which is very common nowadays. Here we have a platform where the clients and consumers meet each other and they work together. But here we have a main pros in freelancing that they don't have to work for that company, particular only that company. They can choose the company, they can choose the projects, they can choose the location from their own will. They can choose the projects according to their interest, according if their skill is developing or not, according to their financial budget. If and if they are getting any more another project that is more amazing in other company, also helping their mind increasing and the skills increasing, they can use that. There are so many things which we can use in freelancing that we don't have to isolate our homes, we don't have to leave that, we can work at any time and we can do multitasking, which is so much important. So we can do so many projects at a single day, at a single time. And main pros which I feel in freelancing is we can work from anywhere where we want, from any location.
As you just talked about the pros of freelancing, I think we should not neglect the cons. As we talk about the delivery partners or the babysitters, they have to work at that particular place or that particular time. If they are not present at that place at that particular time because of any reason, their work can be given to another person or they have to compromise with their wages, which I think is not good. And what do you think about this?
I agree. Freelancing not only has pros, it has many cons as well. I think in freelancing, we have no fixed salary or income, which leads to financial instability. And also, we have to handle our taxation work by ourselves only, which is also very hectic. And I guess we don't get any health benefits such as health benefits, retire benefits, etc.
The cons of this sector, I guess, delivery partners, if I talk about, they're termed as the partners of a certain company, not the employees. So no company is responsible for them to take care of them. Like they don't get any insurance or anything else. And if any mishap happens with them, they cannot ask for their salary beforehand because there is no certain such salary for them. They get their money on what work they do on daily wages. But if something happens and they need money in advance, they can't ask for it like the employers for certain company. So that is a major con of it.
Now, when we are talking about economy, so how can we keep aside education part? So, according to me, online tutoring can be considered as a good example for the gig economy, as it is contributing a lot nowadays. After the Corona time, as we have seen that many platforms has came up with the new ideas of providing education to the children from their side of view. And as we see that this is particularly having a pro, like it is contributing in the education, it is connecting many students together, no limits for the classroom, like we are only having 70 students in a classroom. Many students can have the same lecture, and even after that also if a student really missed that lecture, then he or she might have the opportunity to just record that. okay, record that lecture again. And now actually it has also have a con from my side. Like if a teacher wants to teach a student, so he or she might have some good accessories for teaching purpose, like he or she needs some smart board, some good content for delivering, and thumbnail, and many more like video editing, graphic designing, some logo for its channel. So here we can see that new ideas more coming up. Like we need a video designer, a graphic designer, logo editor. So these are the things which one economy is contributing in other sectors also. It's connecting other things also.
Instead of that one teacher learning all the skills, he or she can hire others for this, because he or she is learning from many students also. So giving one lecture, many students have come for that one lecture. So that can be used in different.
Like if we are taking one person only, so he or she can only teach. But when we are talking about like contributing all the contents to one to the students, then it gets really hectic for one person to handle all the things. So here we can distribute the work and this can really work well.
He's also supporting other sectors
Yeah.
by video editing or many other tasks. She can
Employability basically.
On the back end, we can see that the many things are working.
Many people are getting employed here in the gig economy.
Many new jobs are also getting introduced by this.
Yeah, we can add more some examples like babysitting and video editing. Like translators is also an example of gig economy.
Yeah, translator job is a very, I think it will boom in the market in the near future. Recent example which I can recall is when some official of a country goes to another country, they take translators with them so that they can understand the language of the officials of other country. Yeah, and they are paid a very hefty amount, I guess.
As we are talking about examples, so I would like to add an example. As a few minutes ago, my fellow just mentioned video editing. If you all are aware that a 17-year-old boy just edited the movie KGF and uploaded it on YouTube, and it go viral because of the editing skills, and the movie makers recognize him and give him the job opportunity of editing KGF 2 completely. And by this, he gets his career option completely. He gets his fame, name, money, everything. I think freelancing is quite nice for him.
There are many other things, just like if you find a buggy on your website and you get to know about the website only, don't use it unethical. So they also give you a perfect job directly to you without any degree, only on your skills basis. You get
Like
the job security here.
like some years ago, one person found a error in Google website, so he or she got paid for finding that
Not
error.
only paid, he got job even.
It is basically the realization or the recognition of the skills of the youth, even if they are not having any degree, because they proved their skills with that without working in that certain company.
This is the main pros of gig economy, that we are getting employed on not on the basis of education, on the basis of our skills. So we are getting the quality things here. And people who are having skills and quality, they are getting the job.
Now, when we are talking about the delivery agent, so I am recalling a movie of the Kapil Sharma that Jigata.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have heard. So this thing is really main focusing on that how a gig economy or how a gig worker really works. What are the consequences and what are the challenges he is facing in his daily life.
I first time heard about this movie. Like it is a representation of the workers.
Yeah, we can say that how they are working with their family and with the work.
They show their life
Yes.
related to.
The main challenge is here health concern. Their health concern is so much main issue. They don't have any health insurance, don't have any another thing on which they can be fixed, because their wage is not that much that they can use it so many ways.
And like they are 10-minute gaps,
Uh,
so they have to move fast for the delivery.
there are so many
Like
chances of accidents.
Their life is at stake. And if I recall correctly, Domino's was the first one to promise 10-minute delivery. And if they are able to do so, they'll give this to pizza in free. And if I'm not wrong, all the compensation will be paid by the rider only.
Yeah.
Because the rider got it. So I think that was a major con of that. And now deliberately trying to delay the delivery so that he can get the peasants, like telling the wrong address, making him move here and there. Actually told him this is wrong to do, but I think it was the first one to give this. Back then there were no such companies, Apple, Blinkit, etc. giving 10 minutes delivery to us. Domino's, I don't think was the first one in
I
India at
think
least.
it leads to burden, financial burden to the
Yeah,
family.
when they get late, it also leads to financial burden
Yes.
on them.
So see, this gig economy comes with a lots of benefits and lots of cons. Some benefits like it is affordable, cost effective to for business. Like we are want to hire some laborers or like we
For
can
the employers, it
for
is
the
cost
employers
effective. Yeah.
for and it is also manageable. Time management is very good in this, and we can also do multitasking. Like we can do work as our interest.
I think best pro of this is that the youth is boss of their own. They don't have to take they don't have to take any roles. They
Now
don't have to
talking
work
about
under someone.
Now, if we are talking about this, so women empowerment is also can be considered in the gig economy, as gig economy is really working with the woman. Like if traditional India is always having a traditional society, so when a woman deliberately wants to work, then she can work from home. Like she can make some handicrafts, she can teach from home. By this, this will contribute in her family income. This will be
And mainly in her financial independence also,
yeah.
which will
And
be
nowadays,
increasing.
women they can consider their hobby. They can took their hobby by managing the house as well. They can use the platforms.
I have seen many examples like women are which are good in cook, which can make some delicious dishes. So they are making some sweets and they are selling in the nearby bakery or some.
And women are also helping other women and people by
Yeah.
posting the recorded videos on the YouTube, so they can other people can also get help.
For example, like beauty parlor, they are also taking it as a source of income and they are also teaching and giving
Social
certificates
media
too.
content working both.
Yeah.
So is also a part of this.
Yes.
We just talked about the pros. Can we just sum up the cons also like this and also talk about how can we work on those cons?
Basically, the major con is the job security, and it is
Insurance, job
Health
health
insurance.
insurance.
stability. There is
And
no
the
stability.
feeling of isolation can be there. Like if one person is doing like freelancing daily on his laptop, so this can really cut him from the society,
From the world,
from the
outside
world.
world.
So that can be also considered.
Their health is also decreasing
Yeah.
due to
And
the
wage
stress.
issues also there. Some are getting
Stagnation
highly
might be
paid,
there.
and some laborers are not even getting the actual pay they deserve. So what do you think we can do about this? What do the governments and we as an individual can do about it?
Actually, I heard about an article that Karnataka and Rajasthan government has taken an step about this. Is it real?
Yeah, Rajasthan
Rajasthan
and
and
Karnataka
Karnataka,
started.
for instance, are working to include the gig economics in social programs. Likewise, provide them some social security,
They even some
and
have budgets regarding this, like 200 crores for this.
They
they
passed the budgets, but they have not worked on them properly.
Yeah,
I hope they should work on it so that gig workers could get the
but it will.
benefits of that.
they intends to incorporate them on platforms like eShram, and
Yeah,
companies
I
are
heard
also
about that certain portal, e-shram portal.
eShram portal, and the companies are also serving their gig employees. Some companies.
Yeah, if we just take an recent example, you have must heard about the strike of government bus drivers and conductors just few months ago in Haryana, and at that time some volunteers come forwarded to provide service, which maintains the transportation as usual. So the government has taken a very good step for them.
I heard that they got jobs in higher rupees.
Yeah, that's true. They have got a permanent job, permanent wages in Haryana government as a bus driver and conductor.
Does this have all the pros? No cons at all?
No, I think it have a con that some drivers are not able to drive their bus on the long route or the route they are not aware about. I think that's a con about this.
There are con that people are not well experienced of the driving, so that
Yeah,
just can lead to the
they are not
accidents.
safe.
They can't
The
experienced
job
driving.
security for one person, but can lead to the taking life of many others.
Yeah, I think that's a
And
major
they're
thing.
also not familiar with the path, not knowing to.
Can lead to delays of
Yeah.
passengers also.
And if
Basically,
the traffic jam is
yeah,
in those time of rush.
one person's job security and all the passengers have the fear of getting late or their life is also at stake.
If we see offline, sorry, the laborers are forced to work for long hours and on very low income.
Yeah,
Their
that's
wages
so
are very
true.
low.
Yeah. Even there is discrimination on the wage of their locality. Some people are getting low wages from the local residents as compared to, and
The
that's I
people,
think.
if for example, people in Haryana who are coming from UP and Bihar get less wages than the people from Haryana who are
Yeah.
working the same thing.
Is it like that? That's strange to know.
But what do you think the reason behind this is? Are they unskilled?
It's because the people from UP and Bihar are just want to be work because they are not having work to have food for 2 times. So they just want work. They are isolating their families. So they just want to do the work at any wages they are wanting. And people in Haryana they are so much well settled, so they cannot work on that low wages. They are like we want that wage. But the people from Bihar they're like just give us work and we are ready to do the work at any wages which you are providing us.
Also, India is not a very rich country. Not all people are very rich. So major chunk is below the middle class.
I think at this point, Indian government should do anything. They should make some rules and aware people about their rights. Indian government can have take example of Netherlands and California. They have made such a good rules about freelancers, gig workers. Like they are appointed permanently, given permanent wages on the skills, not the education, or not on the basis of locality, on the basis of their skills. I think that's
And
a
there is
good
a
one.
big difference between California and India. In California, population is limited. They can put people, they can see that as an individual. But in India, if we consider population, it's number one.
Yeah,
So
Yes,
if we
number one
apply
country.
or if we extract a loan, that is not going to reach to the person who really wants that. It's just like if you're sending 1,000 rupee to a labor, it's not. You're not sure. Is it getting 1 rupee or not?
Yeah,
So in
actually,
India,
that's
these things we
Yeah,
are not
one
providing.
government taking care of the 143 billion people.
Yeah,
And
It's very
and
too much.
corruption is also very big
So I
problem.
think so. Why to just make the government accountable for this? We can distribute this on the private MNCs also, like the companies which are responsible for their workers. They should be responsible for their workers. They should just give some perks and some more money to them and some health insurance
Somehow they should
and
give
some
some
security
job
also.
security. Yeah.
Yeah, for their
Not
job.
if I agree the delivery partners are not their employees and they can't give them job security, but at least for the tenure when they are working with them, they can give health insurance or health benefits for that certain period at least.
Rather than doing this 10-minute one, they can also have some safety for their workers.
Yeah, I think or either they can contribute in the education of their children. They can help them in some or other way, but they should care about them also, if not equal to their employees, but at least somehow, even if less, but they should somehow take care of them.
They can even fix the working hours for the laborers as they
Yeah.
don't overwork and stress themselves out.
There should be fixed at least a wage line or a working hours line
Yeah.
below which.
In this gig
They should be
economy,
provided some protection, like
yeah.
if they get injured, some should be
There should be
There
some
should be
helpline
faster
for them.
assistance.
In this gig economy, when we see that one person is getting many jobs at a single time, but at the same time, when we see that the person is unemployed.
Yeah.
So this is the main
Main
cause.
industry
This is the
It
root
reason.
is
of the
also
problem.
leading to mental stress, I guess,
Yes,
as there is work overload.
work overload sometimes, and sometimes it having no work.
It is tough
They
time bounded.
It's like
yeah.
at a one time they're having that much amount of work they cannot handle at the same time when they if
Yes.
they're not having any work.
Anything.
So
They
it's like a
don't.
mental health problem
It
they
is
are
a
feeling.
message of physical and mental both health
Both
here.
health.
I think the main reason behind this is the people involving in gig economy. Like if you look at the data in 2019 to 2020, there are 7.7 million people working in gig economy. But according to recent data, it is estimated that this will be 23.5 million about 2030. It's a con, but I think it's also have a pro that about 2030
gig economics employment rather than time labor. Approx, I guess, like 5 lakh 60,000 workers were employed in that year. So day by day, we are seeing that this economy is really contributing
That's
GST.
it.
India's population is that vast that I also read this in an article that we cannot even guess that in next 5 years it will be between 5 million to 25 million anywhere. We can't guess where exactly because the population is very vast. And as we call this gig, it is on their own will. There is no fixed data out there, no fixed something like platform where we can find them. Like exactly how much and how many things are happening.
Now this is the age of computer science and computer development and many things, artificial intelligence. So website development and video editing, are the main concern for the people.
Debugging, data analysis.
Debugging and cyber safety also, cyber security
So
also.
Cyber
do you
security is a
suppose
major concern.
these kind of businesses, website development, video editing, are only the work of the people who are educated and skill development, and some who are not able to get the education, they are in the lack of these things, no?
Yeah, basically, the skilled people, educated people are also like they work according to themselves. They take or leave projects according to their will. But if we talk about the people
Who are
which are
smart
involved
people.
in low scale gig works, for example, delivery partners, maids, they are not like we will accept this or we will accept
No.
this not.
They have not any choice. We have choice for them. You have to do
Yeah.
that, we don't have
They
choice.
have to fill the tummy of their children. They work for the food basically. They work for the family, not for basically 9 to 5. Many of the youth work because 9 to 5 they can't pursue their passion alongside. But in freelancing it is possible. But for low scale gig workers, it's entirely different scenario. They work for the food. They work for their family.
But gig is also contributing to multi-source income. Isn't it great?
It is great for the high scale gig sector.
It
But
also
it is
increase efficiency also. Like a business in business it's also cost effective.
yeah, the pros and cons both are there.
Yeah.
Can we consider it like a part-time business can be contributed in gig economy? As we see that if a person is maybe teaching in a school, and side by side he is also running a business. So the business part can be considered as his gig work.
It can be
But it
considered, but it
is
can lead to
permanent
the
business, right?
mental health to that
Yeah.
person.
Even if somehow he resigns from working for that school, the business will remain his only. It's his personal property. I don't think it can be termed as gig.
It can be termed as gig.
The business is his
It's
own.
not part-time violence, it's full-time. So I don't
Even
think
if he works part time or full time, the thing
some
is,
It's
he's the owner
it's
of
his
that
own
particular
will,
thing,
na?
na?
If he wants to continue that channel, he will continue. If he don't want to,
Yeah.
he will leave that
But
channel.
he's
It's
the
his own will.
owner. But he's the owner of that. Like,
He is the owner. It's his will. If he wants to
But
just
but
leave
in
it, leave it.
gig, we get the work from a client, right?
But not all the
Like,
business like that. If the business needs to really like beautician
He's
or like
having the
having
platform.
some
Then he
yeah,
can
hands-on
do
it
that.
can
experience.
also not entirely,
He
but
is not
somehow
entirely
he
limited.
can
He
be
is having a
educated.
platform
When
where
we
he can
when we differentiate
surface.
topics according to it, then the topic might be satisfying.
Like,
So I think in conclusion, the countries like India have a major role of gig economy, and the countries like India, we should learn from developed countries like USA and European countries, as provide some basic knowledge and freelance sourcing to the people, and all yeah, India should engage with European countries and USA, which are also providing, discussing on the protection of their gig workers, and all gig workers should be must be given their rights and their duties with the contract.
Like if we're talking about like what can be done now in the future, what is the future of the economy, then one point that can be done is the platform management. The platform is acting as the intermediate between the clients and the providers. Must have some certain rules, like minimum wage, minimum work hours, or if we talk about the offline, there must be some certain rules because there is no platform in that. So I think in online, the platform management is can act as a good thing for the better future gig workers, and in offline, certain rules for the wages and the work hours.
and the people should be aware about it.
Yeah,
Awareness is also very important.
Awareness is
because many people don't know that what's happening with the surrounding, like which website is providing what and this that's true.
we can have some better option in online tutoring also.
Yes, online tutoring like nowadays we are seeing many apps like Physicswala has also grown up, an academy, even Akash is also, even in our day-to-day, when I recall like that was the time of 2020. So everybody just get knowledge about that which internet is running fast in their locality. So this also increased that opportunity for the internet providers, like how they are providing, yeah, and the fastest things. So this will really increase, like India has also worked upon 5G. So this will really excel in the
This
technology of,
pandemic time, people works on
yeah,
computer technology. Most more of people get to know about the computer technology, how technology works, it works faster, and what are the more pros of it. Mainly the school tutor, all schools come to the online.
And we should provide some knowledge and basic matlab, sources to these people, so they know their basic knowledge of their skills and they have some.
I think we should also do something about health insurance. Like I have read that some companies are trying to provide health insurance, but they are not giving till now.
We can only hope for in the future. Companies should provide health
we can
insurance
hope for
until
that.
and until the workers is working with them. They cannot give the pension security after the retirement, but they can give until they are working. So there's like a working profile which should be there.
So I think here we can conclude, like with many examples given here, inspiration from other countries, management of platforms, and what we can hope for, what government can do. And I wish, like with all the pointers which we can think of and all the things which are in the hand of government, or we as the individuals will work towards it. And that was it for today.